Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to replace a disk drive on an Xbox One. The disk drives on the original Xbox Ones and even the newer Xbox Ones, but the original ones are known to be defective and they break very easily, and the actuators break in them, and the lasers also fail, and the disk drive stops reading your will stop reading your games at that point. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace the disk drive today, and it's a relatively easy repair. There is some soldering required. You need a soldering iron, but it's not super difficult. So we're going to start on now. We also sell the disk drive on our website, and the link's going to be in the description below. So do check us out as well. Okay, let's start. Okay, so we have an Xbox One original here. This is what it looks like. It's probably right now the most common version of Xbox that you'll find. And we're gonna take it apart. This is the replacement disk drive here. We sell this on our website, and the link's gonna be in the description. So we're gonna start by taking off the top plastic panel off. And we can use a flathead or tweezers to just kind of pry it out, and it's got these clips on the side. If you pull on them, they just come out. And then we're going to remove this piece over here that sits under the sync button. It's just this piece of plastic where the sync button sits. It just slides out like so. Put that on the side. Okay, then we're gonna have to remove the top panel, and we do that by pushing in from the top, and then pushing the top piece down, and then kind of like pulling on it until the clips in the back disengage, and then the rest of them should kind of come out like so. And you can use a flathead screwdriver to kind of pry the clips out. Okay, so once you get the top removed, we're going to remove the front faceplate, and you're going to want to be very, very careful here because there's a ribbon cable underneath, and it's very, very sensitive. And you do not want to break that, otherwise you're going to have to buy a new front panel, which is also something that we sell on the website. Links, I'm not going to put the link in the description for that one, but it is on the website if you guys want to buy it. And then you're going to go ahead and remove this connector here in the front. Gotta be very, very careful, that will come out. And I'm going to put the front panel on the side. And now we're going to have to remove the network card because there is a Torx T10 screw that's hidden underneath that we're going to have to remove, along with all these other Torx T10 long bolts that are going to have to be removed to get this case, to get this frame off so we can access the disk drive. I'm going to remove these Torx T8 screws from the network card. There's 2 of them. I'm going to remove the signal cable by lifting it. Lift the network card like so. Then on the side. And now these bolts have to come out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them that have to be removed. We're going to remove the signal cable from the front, and we're also going to remove the speaker cable because we're taking the top frame off. And now once you get the frame off, there's a connector that connects there's a connector that connects the network card to the motherboard, and this connector has to be removed from the motherboard. You just lift it out, it comes out like so. I'm going to put that on the side. So now here's our defective disk drive. We're going to take this out and we're going to install this one. And you have to you have to use your own you have to use the logic board that was shipped with your system. If you use a logic board from a different console, it's not going to work. So we're going to have to remove the circuit board or the logic board from this disk drive and install it in this one to make this disk drive work with this console. If you skip this step, it will not work. And so we're going to take the disk drive out by removing the cables from the board, or you can remove them from the disk drive, it's up to you. I like to remove them from the board. I'm going to flip the disk drive over. I'm going to remove this piece here, and we're going to take out the 4 Phillips screws from the disk drive so we can work on the logic board. We also sell hard drives and network cards and cases and all other parts for all Xbox models. So we're gonna remove the bottom panel from the disk drive, and now we have the logic board exposed. There are 3 small Phillips screws that hold the logic board in place. We're gonna have to remove those. Okay, and then there's 3 ribbon cables that need to be removed. These have clips on them, so all you do is lift the clip and pull the cable out and it comes out like so. Super easy. Okay, and then we have these 2 wires that are soldered onto the motherboard, and you're going to need a soldering iron to do that. Just waiting on the soldering iron to heat up. Okay. And the logic board is actually labeled. It says B for black and then R for red, where the red cable goes and the black cable goes, so it's really hard to mix them up. You're gonna take the logic board out. We're gonna install the logic board in our new disk drive. I already had the bolts removed and the old logic board removed from this. Put the ribbon cables back in. Resolder the wires. I'm going to put the disk drive back together.
Let's get the old disk drive out of the way. Now there are holes in the board that line up with these plastic tabs, and you want to make sure they line up properly and the tabs go in the hole. Otherwise, your disk drive is not going to work properly, or it's not going to accept the disk because it's going to be sitting at an awkward or an incorrect angle, and it's not going to accept the disk. So you want to make sure you do it right. You're going to have to take the whole thing apart again. Then we're going to put the top frame back on. I'm going to put in the network cable. Reconnect the speaker, reconnect the antenna cable for the network card. And then we're going to put the Torx T10 screws back in place, the long ones. I'm going to put the network card back on. Antenna cable, like so. I'm going to put the top case back on. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to connect the faceplate. Just easier to do it that way. Again, be very, very careful with the ribbon cable because they're super sensitive. Clip back in. Put the top case back on. The back clips in first. You're going to hear the clips engage, and then you can push in the front and put the faceplate back in place. And just like that. Super easy. Then we're going to put the sync button seat back in place. It just slides back in like so. And we're going to put this last piece in and we're all done. Just like that. And yeah, again, links in the description for the part. And we sell other Xbox One parts on the website as well. So do check us out. Thank you.